Hi, welcome to the channel, Budget Audio Review and Upgrades. Today I'll be cleaning this VCR, even though it's clean now, but I'm going to show you how I cleaned it. And this is a fairly modern, even though it's old, it's a fairly modern VCR, quite a lightweight one. You can tell the modern ones with how light they are, how big they are. As you can see, we're straight inside. As soon as we take the lid off, we can get straight to all the gubbins and everything. If you've got an older model, maybe a bit more complicated to get to, and once you undo the top here, you may find out you've got a load of circuit boards in the way, and it may not be worth your while going any further. Maybe just get a normal cleaning cassette, a few dabs of the cleaning fluid, insert the cassette and just let it run its course, normally about 30 seconds, something like that, and that should clean the heads and hopefully bring the picture back, etc. Now, why would you clean your VCR? Obviously the sound could be a bit muffled, the picture could have disappeared, it could be like a load of lines on the bottom, all these white tracking lines, etc. If it's a video like this is a HiFi video, you could be getting a load of buzzing on the sound, bzz, bzz, that kind of thing. This is where the audio on a particular HiFi, which I'm going to be showing in another video soon, the audio is nearly CD quality. It's quite good quality audio on these HiFi video recorders, and they're layered underneath the video track. So that's where they stick it in the video track, and it's got to line up perfectly. If it don't line up perfectly, it causes a problem called head chatter, and it causes that buzzing sound, which is noticeable on audio. Now, if it, when the picture breaks up, just a little bit, not that there's pixels there, but call them pixels. If the picture was to break up, a few dropouts in the picture, you probably wouldn't notice it. Some fast scenes, etc., or you may just catch a slight glimpse of it and think nothing else of it. But when these buzzes come in on the audio, they're quite loud, they're quite audible, and going to spoil your entertainment. So we want to give it a good clean. Now, for this clean, we're going to use a paper method. And also still going to use a cotton bud, but we're going to use a cotton bud in areas well away from the head to keep that nice and clear of this cotton bud. Even though I do use that method myself, I don't recommend it really, because I've been doing it years. I know exactly how much pressure and how to do it. If you're doing it for the first time and do it in the wrong direction, wrong pressure, etc., you're probably going to cause more damage than good. But we're going to clean the mechanism inside. So let's have a little look how mine turned up. As you can see, mine's got quite a lot of debris, quite a few bits and pieces in there. Quite a lot of gunk, etc., airs, all that kind of stuff. So there's a little mark here on top of the video drum. It's not the head, it's the drum, and we may be able to get that off with this, using this paper method that I'm going to show you shortly on a video. If not, we can put a cotton bud here, give it a good rub of a cotton bud. We're going to cause no damage here, so that's no problem. And also here, if I just show you down the bottom here, there's quite a bit of like gunk, there's tape debris, etc. Kind of in the channel where the tape runs. This is the path the tape takes, and it's in that path, and obviously we want to keep the tape as close to the head as possible, close to the drum as possible. So we're going to have to get a cotton bud. The paper method may not be able to clean this either. You may want to get a cotton bud and get it in there to clean that part. As you can see there, another little arrow there showing you where the mark is on the head again, and also this arrow number 2 shows you where the back, on the back of this machine, I'll show you it in the video anyway, there's a little cleaning pad that comes into play every now and again when you eject or put a tape in, and it'll just pick any debris off the heads as they spin past it, clean any debris off. You'll see that in action shortly anyway, and that's another item you could clean. You could take that out, or you could try and just clean that yourself with a cotton bud nearby. You'll be surprised a little bit, it's like a isopropyl alcohol on the cotton bud, just tapping it, keeping it away from the head itself, but just tapping it on that little cleaning pad, it kind of draws the dirt and that onto the cotton bud, and we'll clean it anyway. We'll get it a lot cleaner than what it is anyway. There's a picture here of the heads on the drum. There's 2 heads on this side and there's 2 heads on the other side, because this is a 4-head machine. You get a 2, 4 or 6-head machine. This is a 4, so just be a bit wary when you've got the cotton bud inside. You don't start wandering over here and putting dirt or catching the cotton bud in there by pressing up against them heads if you do it wrong, so just be a bit careful there. Also, just going to show you the front here. This particular picture I'm going to put up on the screen now is at the front here. This is as the tape comes in, it drops down on the supply and take up spool here, and there's little cogs and mechanism here. If you can get it, if you can see it, you can get to it, just dip your cotton bud in there, a little bit of fluid on your cotton bud, just to clean up inside, draw any airs, any dust, anything there that maybe clog up them cogs, etc. So you just want to take them out, etc. I want to show you a picture now. This is like all the little like spindles and etc. that's used to the tape transport uses, and the tape goes all through these, all round them, etc. All the silver ones here shown with the arrow. Excuse me. You want to give a good clean with your alcohol solution here. Just give it a good clean, or you take head cleaner, something like that. Give it a good clean, make sure they're all nice and shiny. Get all the dust from the nooks and crannies all down the bottom of them everywhere. Go all the way around them with your cotton bud, etc. And the picture number 1 with a little arrow number 1, as you can see, that little rubber wheel there, that pinch roller, you just give that clean with a little bit of warm water, etc., something like that, just a little rag or something, or use your cotton bud. Just go all the way around that and get any debris, any dirt, etc. off of that. So they should all be nice and clean now. That will just leave the raised head there shown on the left to give a clean, just a cotton bud dipped in your alcohol solution, and also the audio stroke sync head there towards the right hand side. Just give that a clean as well with a cotton bud, etc. Just give that all the way around, up and down, all the way around it, clean it completely off, all the surface of it nice and clean. So that's that. So now what I'm going to show you now, I'm going to show you the first video is me cleaning with a bud inside, like I say, staying clear from the head, but I do go down towards the bottom of the head, not in this particular video, but I do go down towards the bottom, missing the heads to get in the nooks and crannies, like I say. But anyway, just to show you a little clip to give you an idea, just me dabbing this bud in the machine. Okay. So that's me budding inside the machine. Now the next video I'm going to show is me actually cleaning the drum now using the paper method, just a normal piece of paper, folded in two, and I'll just spray, you'll see me do it anyway, a couple of sprays of the alcohol solution on it and just pressing it up, fairly, not too hard, but firm enough so you can feel the little heads as you spin it round. So let's just watch that video. First of all, not all videos have got this, video recorders have got this, but it's a little cleaning pad here. You'll see this come into action in a minute. It's what I'm going to do is going to hit the tape head itself, the main heads, as they spin round. As I put a tape in this, he's going to quickly come across and touch one or two of the heads and wipe any dirt that was on there. And when I say dirt, it's probably more like airs or a bit of dust rather than dirt, but that's going to come into play. So if we just put the tape in now, you'll just get an idea of that. And there you go, it come in very quickly there. Hopefully you caught that, and just clean the drum there, or take any debris off the drum, should I say. While we've got it in this position, just want to show you the tape comes along here and it hits the top of the head or top of the drum. The heads are in the middle. It's the top of the drum, and as it works its way around, it ends towards the bottom of the drum. So I just want you to know that, because this head is not straight like that, it's actually at an angle. And what I'm going to do is eject it, so just keep another eye on that little cleaning pad there. Then again, it's come back into play to give it a little clean. I'm going to stop the head down. Now, obviously, when you're doing all this, make sure you've got everything turned off. I'm quite used to knowing where I can stick my hands and where I can't on these machines. Now, the reason I use a cotton bud here, I'm going to be near the drum this particular occasion, is just give it a couple of sprays with the spray, something like this, tape head cleaner, something like that. And I like to get in the nook and cranny where this tape is actually going around the transport. So if I can get it, so you can see it comes all the way around here. So I'm going to clean all the way bottom of this drum up to near the head. And I mean, if you want to do that, it's up to you, but I'll stop just before you're going to touch the main heads themselves, which are in the middle of this drum. A little picture there on there just to show you exactly where they are. So be careful, because if you nick them with this stick, you may cause a bit of damage if you nick them at the wrong angle, etc. And I like coming all the way down the bottom here and all the way around here. Be a bit careful, move the heads out of the way, you can see them, so maybe move them out of the way so they're completely out of the way, all the way around. So if you do come across this part of the drum here like so, there's no actual head there whatsoever. So just keep an eye, and hopefully you can just pick up the head just there. But you may want to come and completely miss. But I just like getting in there. I mean, it's up to you, I'm not saying do it, but that goes all the way around here. I just like getting in there because that's a crevice and dirt does get in there, and of course the tape's supposed to go in there, and any dirt, grime, etc. in there is going to affect how that tape lays completely flat on the drum. So that's why I like giving it a good clean. As you could see, this machine was in quite a bad state. Not everyone's machine's like this. Most of them are pretty clean because they're pretty much a sealed unit. But if you get some with a lot of dust, grime, etc., that's why I like getting in there. And I usually carry on and clean the head with the cotton bud. Done it for many years, but I don't advise that for you if you're following this video. My advice would be to, like I say, to go down the 12-volt vids method or other people's method on the internet, and just get your spray, get your piece of paper, give it a couple of sprays, just hold it against the drum, we'll put it this way, like so, and just spin the drum with your finger, like so, pushing against that piece of paper gently. You'll feel the heads come past as you're doing so, and give that a few like that, and that will clean. There's very, very small there of dirt. I mean, I've had a couple of tapes in since I've cleaned it, so it's picked up just a very minute piece there. You may not be able to actually pick it up on camera, but obviously this has been cleaned quite a few times since I actually got the unit. But there you go, that's how to clean the video head of your VCR. Okay, so hopefully that's got your video nice and clean now. You put it all back together and it's fully working, and you've got a picture that weren't there before, or better sound that was muffled before, etc. So that's cleaning the video. I will follow it up now with another video shortly about using one of these as an HiFi recorder, so to speak, you know, placing up to 8 hours of music on a video cassette and just having that playing in the background. I mean, this is probably not quite hold out these days compared when you get MP3 players, etc. But back then, this is something I did, and mate, just want to share with you something, you know, you may be able to pick up fairly cheap and just have a little bit of experimental with. Okay, until the next video, I'll say thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon.